Hello everyone and welcome back to the start of the Premier League season here at Villa Park. This is the 8th time I've been to Villa Park and I've walked away happy once. Stadium we are horrible at, and St James's Park is a stadium Aston Villa is horrible at. So it's one of them ones where we smash them at home and we get smashed away. So I'm intrigued to see, without a striker today, how we're going to do with Anthony Gordon up front. Aston Villa missing their main goalkeeper through a suspension. So it's one of them ones where I've got no real expectation today. I just want to see Newcastle play well. I want to see a good performance and I want to see hopefully a result, but I'm not going to be effing and jeffing if that doesn't happen. Just before we get into it, if you guys are new around here, make sure I get down there, hit that subscribe button. There will be transfer news later on in the day. Of course, match day now, so make sure you stick around for future videos. As for Aston Villa, in a similar boat to Newcastle, where summer's kind of been a bit off for both teams. Yeah, got a good squad and they're going to do well, but a team that's been heavily restricted by FFP and PSR. Trust me, we know all about that. It's two teams fighting against the Big Six mode. Let's see how it goes today. It's going to be a good game of football. I'm just not perhaps the most convinced Newcastle fan. I have to admit, I have missed the football.
And his brother Andre Silva. The silence will start and end on the referee's whistle.
Well worked again. Newcastle Villa fans agreeing with someone, but yeah, they're not wrong. The most obvious red card you've seen. Come on, he's never getting away with that. Took one for the team, but now Villa have a good half an hour with 10 players. I don't know why you would do that. Just let Gordon have this shot. Why take the guaranteed red card? Go on, lads. It's just lack of input of all game one from Newcastle. I mean, you watch the space we had there. How are we not doing something? It's been a story the entire game.
Take the face, come on, come on. Let us go,
All the ball now, we just need to do something with it. What's that touch? Oh, I can't believe this game. Come on, lads. a good idea, but it just hasn't worked out. It's unlucky that. There we have it, full time at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Newcastle United 0. We did not lose the game today. Certainly felt like a loss though. I'm currently inside the Tesco car park. Didn't feel like I would be here making my outro to this video, but to be honest, I've got a Jacob Ramsey shirt on today, and while I am showing respect because this is a new Newcastle United player, of course some Aston Villa fans watching might take that as a bit of disrespect or perhaps be antagonising. That's not the case at all. He is a Newcastle player. I'm just wearing the shirt with a brand new Newcastle signing. But of course, going into the game, big chance between Newcastle and Villa fans, FVAR, FPSR, and of course the Premier League is corrupt. That was the message from Newcastle and Villa fans. It was quite amazing to see both sets of fans get together and to show their displeasure towards this, let's be honest, anti-competitive league that is restricting both teams from succeeding, both teams from doing well. Understood that message, and I feel like walking away from this video, that is the message to give out, because Newcastle and Villa have been held back a lot this summer. And speaking of us who have been held back, let's talk about the main one. I'm not mentioning his name because he doesn't deserve to be mentioned in this video, but we have a striker at our football club who is refusing to play for Newcastle United. That cost us 2 points today. Newcastle with a striker would have won that game. So when you look at the situation, and it's been confirmed by journalists now that that individual will be getting fined for missing Premier League games for Newcastle, take his entire wage this week away from him, because that has cost us today. And while we're not going to continue to blame that player because Newcastle still have a good team and Newcastle still went out and played today, we had no striker today. That's a fact. Anthony Gordon is not a striker and he was up front, and Newcastle should have won the game. Red card for half an hour. Newcastle had the pressure on Villa. Not sure what was up with Villa today. They just didn't quite turn up for the first half. I don't know if it didn't click for them or what. Second half, Villa certainly came with a lot more, and before the red card had a couple of chances they should have done better with, but it was a game where once the red card happened, to be fair, in hindsight, looking back, it was probably a smart red card because Gordon was most likely going to score that chance. And with Villa seeing how fruitless Newcastle was in the final third today, smart red card, and it has got them a point today. And while I'm not going to moan or criticise the game, because I felt like there was a good Newcastle United performance there. Those players worked hard today. Defence was good, midfield was good, Nick Pope, other than the kicking, was good. So when you look at the performance from Newcastle, it was enough to get 3 points. I'm happy with that. We got smashed here 4-1 last season. I've been here a lot of times now, and I know what like we walk away from Villa Park losing the game. So to not lose the game, and while it is frustrating and feels like a loss even though we didn't lose, it was certainly a game when Newcastle has positives to take from it. We don't have a striker. That's an obvious point. I don't want to bang on about it, but that is the truth. Fans, you can see at the end of the game, are calling that player out, and I think it's fair enough. They paid good money to be here. They travelled all day to be here at Villa Park, and they've been let down by stuff behind the scenes, and that one individual that had shafted Newcastle out with 3 points today. I think Villa fans, that's fair. I've been fair towards Aston Villa. They've done well to get a point today, and they'll do well this season. But a weird opening game from them. I was actually surprised with Villa. Back in the car now, about to head home. I want to give a couple of final words from the game. Fair enough to Newcastle, put a good performance in there. Players grafted their arses off. They clearly tried to win the game, and it's one of them ones where I wasn't going into the game with an awful lot of expectations, and I don't think too many of the fans were either. So on reflection, I'm sure you wake up tomorrow and I'm sure you look back at the game happy in hindsight, and that point could be a crucial point at the end of the season. So while it may not be the best result out there, it could have been worse. I've seen a lot worse at Villa Park. If you told me this morning, no draw, clean sheet, I would have snapped your hands off at it. But of course, looking at the game, should have been 1 Newcastle, 1 deep down. I'm happy with it though. We'll talk a lot more in my video later on today, of course, about the transfer news and about the stuff behind the scenes and that individual, because there's more news about him. But for today, well done, lads. Villa fans can be happy, Newcastle fans can be happy. It is what it is. We move on, and we move on looking forward to Liverpool next week. Score some goals against them. That's the game I'm going to be expecting Newcastle to do better in.